Energy show, live on the TOLE dough. Here in the 9, have mud in the blood, and we're only going up, yeah, vertical. Touching the sky every time we glide on 75 off fashion. Whoa, so fashionable, so far from broke. Just letting you know that we get it and go. It's a Big Nick Energy show, live on the TOLE dough. Summer's too hot and the winter's too cold. It's a real sweet spot. If you stop and know, yeah, it's a Big Nick Energy show. So big, I'ma write it in bold. It's a Big Nick Energy show. Yeah, Big Nick Energy show.
The Big Nick Energy Show, the podcast.
Hey, what's going on? Oh, holy moly!
That
was so loud.
That was
loud. That was loud. Hello, there we go. Is that
Let's
better?
try this again.
Oh, there you
Wow.
are. Oh, that sounds nice.
If only we
There
could
we
do
go.
like mic test or anything like that before we start the show.
So here's the thing: is so many things popped up over the last couple of days for updates. Like everything, computer, the software, the mixer, everything has changed over the last few days. So I had to do the updates. So welcome to the show, guys. Hi, welcome. It's March. What is the date?
March
I'm not even ready.
24th.
I'm not even ready. March 24th, we're live on the show. It's the Big Nick Energy Show, where every single Monday we're live at 6 p.m. Welcome to the show. Episode number.
Why do we drum roll every week?
Because it's awesome.
Oh, okay.
43. Woo! Episode number 43. Are you guys hearing me okay, loud and clear?
I'm hearing you a little too loud.
That's
Can
what
you
I'm
turn my
saying.
headset
Something's
down?
weird. See, I've adjusted nothing. You guys too? Is it too loud?
It's better now.
Better now? Everybody good? Good? GIna?
yes.
SS GIna?
Hi.
Oh, we got Corey W. King in studio.
Oh, he's so
welcome to the
sexy.
show. We also have the SS GIna, minus one S, because of her massive weight loss.
I don't
Congratulations.
Think that's how a submarine works.
Congratulations is what I tell the kids on the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know who else we have in studio
Who
today?
do we have in studio?
We have my comedy partner in crime.
Oh.
The legendary.
Oh.
You guys have heard him on real places like Bob and Tom and TV shows.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for comedian Mark Knope.
Hey! Welcome to the show. Sit down, Corey. Sit
Yes.
down.
I had a wedgie. That wasn't
Oh,
actually
that's weird.
a standing ovation.
be able to hear myself?
Oh.
We can't hear
Oh,
him at
there we
all.
go.
All
We
right.
invite guests
Yeah,
and then
let's-
don't turn on
yeah,
the
let's-
mic.
yeah,
Let's try that again.
Check one. That's
There we go.
There you go.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's so that was so on stage. Mic check. Check
Yeah.
1 2. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we should have done this before the show.
Yeah.
Well, typically we don't have any problems, but we always
Yeah, we usually just sit down and go.
Yeah.
But the time went back, so it probably screwed up a bunch of stuff.
Well, screwed up
right?
everything because, like I said, I did some updates, and then as we're broadcasting, I see that I'm redlining, which we shouldn't be redlining. So hopefully it's sounding good, guys. Let me know if it's sounding good in the chat. So make sure you guys say hi. Yeah, we got Mark Knope live in studio with us. Read his resume. I had to print his resume. It's
Yes.
on. It's right in front of you, Corey. I gave you a sheet.
Oh, yeah.
I had to print it. Normally, I just send three words of text to Corey, and he reads it. Read this thing. It's like a page and a half.
My apologies. That's a little verbose.
Yeah.
A native of Detroit area, Mark has been making audiences laugh since 1986.
Ooh.
With over 7,000 shows under his belt, he's traveled from coast to coast and everywhere in between. He's been on Comedy Central, ABC, Comcast, and has two CDs. And his two CDs have been featured on Sirius Satellite Radio. He's also made multiple appearances on The Bob and Tom Show.
Oh.
Yes. Some of Mark's corporate clients include General Motors, Chevrolet, McDonald's, Pepsi, Waste Management. I'm not going with that word because I'm going to mispronounce it and we're going to get red flag.
Passus?
Yes.
Passus Medical.
Passus.
Yes.
Passus. The okay.
Yes. Which they are no more, so it doesn't matter.
All right.
Doesn't matter.
They've been merged.
Bob Evans. He's also performed 3 shows for Harley Davidson's 100th anniversary bash.
Damn.
We're not done.
That was that
Gotta
was
do the
10
big-
years
there's
ago.
more.
The big dramatic intake or
The inhale, exactly.
Right.
Mark Knope's show will take you on a mental roller coaster ride as he discusses his experiences involving being divorced, aka being a born-again bachelor, as well as his love of golf, his distaste for snow, cold weather, and the perils of physical therapy. No, I can't believe I'm still reading. No two shows are exactly alike, as Knope energetically sprinkles an audience improvisation.
I can't believe
along
you're reading
with
this
his
entire thing.
Yeah, I thought he was going to stop it at some
quirky
point. Mark.
facial
I'm sorry. I apologize
expressions
for that.
and celebrity impressions. Do not miss Mark Knope's show. It will be what everybody else at work is talking about the next morning. Mark is available for interviews.
Stop.
Mark,
That's a side note.
I was just gonna say.
Okay,
Wow.
interviews over. Thanks
Wow.
for
I
coming,
was
Mark.
just gonna
It was
say,
nice to meet
I
you.
figured
We
Corey
don't-
would read the highlights of that, but he read every single thing.
Listen,
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah. You said read the whole
Nick,
thing.
Nick,
Yeah.
Nick, we're proud of him because he read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the only reason.
Full disclosure.
If we
I
still
couldn't
did
do
book
that
it, remember
since
back in school you did book it?
He would've got a
That would have
personal
got
pizza.
definitely a personal pizza.
Doesn't,
Yeah.
I was going to say, doesn't Corey get a treat now?
Yeah, he does.
Honestly,
Yeah.
back in those bucket days.
Don't give him your water,
please
Gino.
don't. No, ew, gross. Back in those bucket days,
Yeah.
my sister would read the books, and she was nice enough to give me the pizza ones because she read a lot of books.
You
that
know
I
you
read
didn't
at the
have
time.
to. You just write something down. They never verify.
Yeah, dude, my mom would always verify. My mom was like a stickler for education.
I read the same 4 books for like 4 years straight.
okay.
I would like to talk to you real quick about my payment. Did you give me used water?
No, because I kept on listen. Hold on, listen.
What
because
is
listen,
this?
I had cases on the back porch, and back porch isn't insulated, so in the winter it freezes. So then when it warms back up, you know what I mean? So it's not open. It's not open. I promise.
It looks used to me.
He
No, it's
refilled
not.
this.
It's not.
out of-
I swear.
He's paying me with faucet
no,
water
because
now.
it expanded and shrunk because of heat and cold.
No, it might-
So now we have a whole refrigerator full of
and the
those.
cap clicked. When you unscrew it.
Yeah, see, Mark, you got the click,
I
right?
don't,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't trust him.
Yeah.
Well, be careful
Oh,
because
come
it's
on.
way up to the top now. Because
I would
of that.
never drug someone 3 times in a row.
Don't squeeze too tightly, Gina.
Yeah, use 2 hands.
That is exactly
yeah,
what
she
he
is.
said.
Look at her. Yeah, look at that grit.
I'm a
She
pro.
wasn't kidding about that grit.
I have gorilla grip.
Get your
in
mouth
multiple-
Oh,
in
welcome to the Big Nick
multiple-
Energy Show. We got Jeff saying hi, Leanne, Faye, Natalie, love at first bite. Also, Rob Bentley saying hi to the show.
Hi, everybody.
Guys, we got some sponsors. Easter is right around the corner. Raise your hand if you know when Easter is, because I have no idea right now. Like, if you ask me when Easter is, no idea. Mark?
It's late this year. I know that.
What month?
April.
It's would you?
Never.
It's got to be like
It's the last
April,
Thursday, isn't it?
No, it's
No,
on a Sunday,
it's
actually.
Oh, that's Thanksgiving.
It's like April 21st, I want to say.
That's
a
how,
guess.
like-
That's a guess, but
That's
I
how
think so.
unhinged I am from, like,
No, not the
regular.
20th.
It's a holiday.
Very
How do we
close,
not
yeah.
know that?
420.
420.
It's on 420.
Oh, God.
I can remember that.
Oh, God.
All right, yeah, that's Hitler's
Smoke
birthday.
a ham and smoke.
Yeah.
J's for Jesus.
Smoke a ham and smoke a blunt.
It's-
All in the same.
It's J's for Jesus Day.
Yeah, J's for Jesus is
Hitler-
what GIna says on the streets.
It's also Hitler's birthday.
yeah.
So
Happy
yeah.
birthday, Hitler.
What?
All right, big sponsor. So, Jay, you know what's cool about Easter is Easter baskets. And what goes in those, my Danielle Alonso's personalized creations, she makes custom peeps. You can put your kid's name on them, on the pillow peeps.
You're talking
Such
about on the
amazing.
little yellow chick
Yeah.
peeps? Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
on the little pillow
Yes, they're
peeps. Yeah,
so
she puts their
cute.
names on it.
Very
Danielle
nice.
Alonso's personalized creations. Check her out on Facebook. She's making a bunch of those. She just had I seen her post over the weekend. She was at a craft show. She sold out of them within hours.
All of them.
People love them.
Did
Yeah.
she sit there right there on the spot?
Yeah, she took the
personalizing?
printer, takes her computer, she does it on the spot.
That's so cool.
About
Yeah.
how long does it take her to make some of these?
Literally a couple minutes.
No, I'm
So
telling
if you
you-
ordered today, she could probably have them the next couple days for you.
If Easter is
Yeah.
on 420 this year
Yeah.
and she makes personalized peeps,
Yeah.
she should also include THC infusion. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I
on the
agree.
peep.
Yeah, in the
Well,
candy.
these
Yes,
are
yeah.
Edible candies.
These are stuffed peeps, though.
Oh, not
So
the
they're
actual
not like
edible piece.
But
Yeah,
I
the
think
pillow
that
peeps.
that's
Yeah.
that's
That's a
actually
good
quite
idea.
brilliant.
that's a way more brilliant
saying.
idea.
An edible
Yeah.
peep.
And I know how to make the butter.
You guys just come
Oh,
see
wait.
me
Yeah.
in Gina's booth next time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The kissing booth.
No,
Wait, both of us stop. What?
I
So,
so
yeah.
you would high five you now, man.
Check out Danielle Alonso's
ruined my
personalized
high five.
creations on Facebook. Also, Toledo DJ is your number one stop for all your professional DJ needs, such as DJs and photo booths and so much more at ToledoDJs.com. Also, Nico Alonso's Photography. If you need a photographer for your wedding or event, senior pictures right around the corner, or even engagement pictures because it's that time coming up shortly, hit up Nico Alonso's Photography on Facebook. Also, GIna, how on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad do you want Big Nick in your mouth?
10.
10, definitely.
10.
Corey?
100%.
Do I have to do what I had to do last time?
Yes. Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
10.
10?
Definitely a 10.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a burger on a food truck. It's called the Big Nick. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Oh,
that, Mark.
context.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Mark was
Yeah.
like, please don't ask.
We never
Please
start
don't
with
ask
that.
me
We should
question.
start with that next.
Corey,
Maybe leave
I was
with
gonna.
that,
I was gonna say I'll take the truth.
Oh, okay.
Mark's like 10 here too. 10 here too. But yeah, I got my own burger, the Big Nick over at Natalie's Love at First Bite. It's a double smash burger. Toasted bun, mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato, a little bit of mustard, and there's so many amazing food options on the food
I
truck.
have a question for
Sure,
you. Legitimate
sure.
question.
Sure.
We obviously know that the Big Nick burger is your favorite burger to get at Natalie's Love
Yeah.
at First Bite.
Yeah.
What is your second favorite thing to get at Natalie's Love at
Honestly,
First Bite?
the nuggets.
They're
They're
nuggets?
just basic nuggets, but they're so good. And the fries are like the shoestring fries. They're not the real thick fries that sometimes don't get cooked all the way through. They're the shoestring ones, so every single one of them is crunchy.
Nice.
Everything. Like Danielle got some other things off of her menu, and absolutely amazing. Everything on the food truck's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now you just have to follow her on Facebook to figure out where the truck is. Or
Yeah.
You,
Yes.
Or you just
See,
drive
here-
all over Toledo.
Here's the thing, Mark.
Just drive
Most
around.
food trucks close down during the winter, but
Yes.
Natalie's Love at First Bite. Like I think on Tuesday she's at Lowe's in Adrian.
Does she live in the truck?
No.
Oh, okay. Just checking. I don't know.
She
Natalie.
works so much that you could pretty much say she lives in the truck.
Right? Yeah, she does.
Wasn't
work out.
wasn't
She does
passing
work
any
it.
sort of judgment.
But yeah, absolutely amazing. So add her on Facebook, Natalie's Love at First Bite.
I will.
Also, Pandora Flooring.
Pandora Flooring and Supplies. Mark, you have a condo. You're a born again bachelor.
Yes, I am.
Oh boy.
Do you like the look of your current kitchen, or do you think you could get a nice little upgrade?
Oh, there could be an upgrade.
Yeah, of course there can be an upgrade because there's always
yeah.
room for improvement.
Yeah.
And if you need
Yes.
an improvement in your life, you need to see Pandora Flooring and Supplies. Pandora Flooring and Supplies. We have installers in the Toledo area all the time because we have an entire separate division that
Wow.
specifically handles this area. Pandora Flooring and Supplies can handle all of your Northwest Ohio commercial and residential needs.
Just wow.
Pandora Flooring and Supplies. Narrow store, wide selection, sexy staff. We're also sponsored by Burkett Restaurant Equipment and Supplies.
Oh, snap.
Yes, we are. If you've ever dreamed of being like Natalie at Natalie's Love at First Bite, who owns a food truck, and wanting to own your own food truck or restaurant, or you just like nice things, hit up Corey King at Burkett Restaurant Equipment and Supplies today at burkett.com. We're also sponsored by Feisty Frosting. Now, I have a story here.
Oh, God.
The story
it doesn't involve bringing us cupcakes.
Bringing us cupcakes.
I know you guys are going to be like, we don't have cupcakes. Mark, you see, I have a sponsor. It's called Feisty Frostings. They make cakes, cupcakes, all delicious treats. They
I'm
have
glad
kind
you
of
defined it immediately after you gave me the title.
Yeah.
Yes. I know. It can be very,
Sounds like a business out of Chadsworth, California.
Oh, yes. But no, this is Ohio-based. They are local. They have a buy one, donate one cake policy. So if you buy a cake, you can donate a cake to a charity or a friend or Mark Knope. But
I'll buy a cake and then donate one to Knope.com.
Yes.
there you go. I was in a pinch. I had a surprise party for GIna this weekend. Hot GIna.
And
Was it a surprise to you as well?
I was going to say, and you planned well in advance.
Yes. For the sake of her watching this, it has been planned for at least 6 months.
No,
She's
you
not watching.
messaged
She
me
doesn't care.
Wednesday for information.
You know what, just-
Or
just-
60
For
minutes.
information.
Okay, so it was kind of thrown together, but communication wasn't the greatest. Everything was kind of taken care of except for the cake, and I realized that we're going to have a lot of people there because I invited, I think, 10 people. 50 people somehow got invited and showed up to this thing, so we're going to need more food. So I went out and got a couple of dozen cupcakes to kind of make up for it.
Yeah.
Feisty Frostings came through. Not only did they provide a double-decker Ohio State-themed cake with actual Buckeyes on it. I have pictures on my phone. They also provided 3 dozen cupcakes as well that were beautifully decorated. I'm not even sure I got pictures.
Probably taste
of
amazing.
those.
We wouldn't know, though.
No, you
Right,
won't.
yeah.
We would have no
But
idea.
I bought 6 dozen cupcakes, and my 11-year-old babysitter also made 4 dozen cupcakes.
That's
we
a lot of
had
cupcakes. How
an
many did
abundance
you
of
eat?
Cupcakes. I ate, I think, 3 cupcakes myself.
Oh, that's
And then
beautiful.
we were giving away dozens of cupcakes to people who were
Love
walking
it,
out
love
here. Go ahead and show them the Feisty Frostings, Outlook.com.
It's a beautiful cake, yeah.
Frostings.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Hit them up on Facebook, or you can hit them up at Feisty Frostings at Outlook.com.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I got a message Wednesday says from Corey says I dropped the ball on this party. I forgot all about this party. Do you want to come?
Well, and I might
is
say,
not-
Corey,
First off, I did not.
Verbatim.
First off,
I forgot all about this party.
First
Do
off
you
and
wanna come
foremost,
to the
that is not true because
Snitches get
I
stitches.
did not invite you at all ever.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you, though.
much
You
like,
also have to get stitches now.
Yeah.
much like pizza in my household,
Yeah.
okay, there would be no such term as leftover cupcakes.
Right.
Yeah.
So, just saying.
Yeah, there were
Doesn't
no
exist.
leftover. There were no cupcakes to bring because they didn't exist.
Right, because you
All
were
of them got given
supposed to
away.
order them specifically to bring to us, not bring us your leftovers when you accidentally
We're not
forgot
second
a party.
choice.
Right, like this was supposed to be something that
Corey.
you like. Hey, Lindsay, right? Is that her name? Who's
Nicole?
Nicole, that's right.
Close,
Yeah,
Gina. Close.
I'm thinking like, are you talking about GIna, your actual name?
I was thinking I couldn't remember Nicole's name. Nicole, you're supposed to call like Nicole. Hey, can you have a 6 cupcakes ready Monday, and I'll pick them up
Right.
when I get off of work.
Honestly, I was very impressed with the fact that we even got a cake and cupcakes, period, because she's a very busy woman. She is the recent, she's had the kids since they were born.
It
but
sounds like she takes care of the customer.
She recently
does.
adopted the 2
Yeah.
kids, and it's been official, and she's got a lot going on in her life,
Congratulations.
and she's still running a business on top of it,
Yes.
being a boss.
So does that mean she
bitch,
can't make a half a dozen cupcakes for the Big Nick Energy Show?
No,
And here's the thing, Corey.
I already told her I'd give her my salary.
When you bring me a cupcake, unfortunately, I'm going to have to pass it up. And the reason for that is I've been working with Sarah over at Apricity Renewed
Nice
Med Spa.
segue.
You like that?
Yeah.
We tried.
And I've given up all my sweet tooths.
all of your sweets?
Yeah, sweet tooths.
No. Oh,
All your
so,
tooths?
So you
Yeah,
don't
all the sweet tooths.
Sweet teeth.
So you don't eat
Yeah,
teeth
sweet
anymore? That doesn't sound like that.
Well, he
big of a
does.
challenge.
He
My
just doesn't eat
whole
sweet
cabinet
ones.
used to be Hostess and Little Debbie's and Little Debbie. And
You had Little Debbie's and Little Debbie in there.
Little Debbie put
Just
the
Little
Debbie's
Debbie
in there.
locked in
Yeah.
your cupboard.
Gave it all up. And I've been working out my Peloton. My goal for March was to ride my Peloton every single day. No breaks.
Okay.
Every single day. And I'm down 78 pounds. 78 pounds. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I can also fit in skinny jeans.
No.
Skinny-ish.
Please don't.
So because of my weight loss, Danielle thinks she can order shorts off of Temu for me. Not so much.
No? I want to see
No.
you in shorts.
No, you can't see them when they're on me. They're
Dude,
like
I want to see the
skin.
hoochie. I want to see hoochie
No.
daddy shorts on
No. No.
Hood rat, hood
You
rat.
know.
Hoochie
What's up,
daddy.
Dustin?
When's the last time you went out like in public, not at the campground,
Yeah.
in actual shorts?
Like, what do you mean?
Like,
I always wear shorts in the summer.
Okay.
But they're all baggy, huge. But
Okay.
now I get to
He
go
wears
shopping for new
jorts.
ones. I wear jorts.
Gotcha.
Like
All
the
right.
90s shorts.
I'm
like, yeah.
I'm very aware what shorts
Oh,
are.
I didn't know
I guess
if
you
you
got to
knew.
explain it to our younger viewers as though we have any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually do have a lot of younger viewers.
We do.
It's
I
don't know
quite-
how.
And it's great.
Yeah.
And something we also have is Mark Knope live in studio. Mark, thanks for
we
coming
do.
out today. Corey said, hey, I got a great guest to bring on the show. And I said, Corey, you can invite me because I'm the host.
Yeah. That's,
He's like, okay, my number 2 is Mark Knope. He's got an amazing resume. We'd love to have him on the show. I'm
won't
like, let's do it.
Read any more of it.
15
Let's
minute
do it.
long
Don't read it
resume.
again.
he asked me to read the whole thing. And I was nervous to begin with. I'm like, I'm not that good of a reader. I didn't know how to do it until 9th grade.
Corey, you went Joe Biden and started reading the notes at the bottom
Yeah.
and everything.
I was trying
Yeah.
to get to my name. His favorite opener is Corey W. King, and then I was going to stop, but you guys cut me off before we
Because
got
all you had to do was cut to that part.
It was only 4 more paragraphs down.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm just saying. We
Yeah,
can,
well, we know most of my credits are old enough to drink, so
well, that is. That,
Dude, your resume is very impressive.
I actually last Thursday celebrated my 39-year anniversary since my first open mic.
Wow. Congratulations.
do you remember
Congratulations.
how did your first open up go?
Awful.
How awful?
Yeah.
Where was it? Do you remember?
Oh, absolutely. And this is true for almost any comedian.
Yeah.
Your first time on stage, you either kill or get killed. Okay.
Yeah.
I died. I was on. I say on stage. I was on carpet
Okay.
in the banquet room of the new Chinatown restaurant in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Coincidentally, that was the same location of where my divorce took place.
Nice.
Started comedy right in the same
Nice.
month, you know, and was supposed to prepare 5 minutes, and didn't do that thing in front of the mirror. I just
Yeah.
did this thing in the head and thought I wrote what I thought was some really funny material. So when I was practicing it in my head, I left time after each punchline for applause and laughter. And when that didn't materialize, that 5 minutes turned in about 3 minutes and 40 seconds real quick. And I got what I would consider nowadays about 2 polite laughs in 3.5 minutes. And
Oh, so you bombed it.
So what made you go back for more? Because that sounds punishing. That's punishment.
I stuck around for the rest of that show. I think I was second one up or whatever. So I stuck around for the rest of the hour and a half or whatever. And mind you, one of the people in the room that night was Mark Maron.
Oh.
He was based in Albuquerque at that time. His father is a doctor, and he was out there, and that's where Mark was at the time. And so I go all the way back knowing Mark. Now, do we hang out and
Right.
call? No. I mean, the last time I saw Mark was probably 12, 13 years ago. But yeah, there's several comedians that were in the early stages of their careers that have gone on and done some cool things, though. Neil Edwards, Bill Resnick, Bob Asta. Some of these guys I still stay in touch with on Facebook and stuff. But anyway, the person who talked me into coming back, at the end of the night, I walked up to the producer of the show, a guy by the name of Ron Perea, and he is like a caricature of himself. He just at the end of the night, goes, well, he spoke very, glad to have you, and he's very, very, everything's big with Ron, and I said, well, thank you, I appreciate the opportunity tonight, I won't bother you again, but I gave it a shot, and he goes, you're not coming back next week? And I went, where were you during that real quiet
Right.
4 minutes
Right.
that was really quiet?
Where I needed you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, not everybody gets it right the first time, rewrite some things, edit, juggle, sing a song, and he just said, you got to come back, and I was like, I thought I was going to get banned, I didn't know that so I started coming back, and little by little things turned around a little bit, and a couple, 2.5 years later, by that time I'd moved from Albuquerque to Houston to San Francisco, and at some point, 2.5 years later, I was at a few different shows going, well, I'm as funny as that guy.
Right.
I'm as funny as that guy.
Right.
And then I started reaching out for gigs on the road, and I guess it was late 88 I started working the road, and
So you said 39 years you just celebrated?
yeah, since my first open mic.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What was one of your biggest highlights that you remember? Like, what is your like
Working with Corey W. King.
Well, that's
Yeah,
goes-
Oh,
that?
my
No,
gosh.
next is your low light. Your
No,
low
that's,
your
I
low.
moved to Ohio so I could.
yeah.
Be with Corey.
Oh, please
so
do
I'm
not
sorry
blow this
about
guy
I'm sorry
up.
about that.
I moved back to Ohio so that Mark
Sorry
could work
about
with
that.
me.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be sitting between you two lovebirds.
You're a sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. No, I
It's expired.
Yeah, what's your go-to? Like, what's your top? Like, I can't believe I did that.
You work with
You have
anybody
anything?
cool or?
Well, I opened. No, this is it was a one-off, but I opened a show. It was his Christmas show in Cleveland, quite a few years ago for Wayne Newton,
Nice.
and that was kind of cool. That was at the big theater there in the theater district. I'm trying to remember the name of the. But
Open up for Wayne Newton. Like, I guess Wayne, he's the music guy, or is he like a?
the music guy,
He sings. Am I
he
right?
does sing.
Yeah, he
He's
does.
Okay.
Mr. Las Vegas.
Okay, so
Yes.
like, how do you get a gig doing comedy opening up for a musical act? I've seen it happen before. I guess, never understood the correlation, because usually when
Right.
I get gigs where people aren't expecting comedy, people don't want to see or
Right.
hear
Like
comedy.
funerals.
So-
Well, and
Yeah.
case in point, in that particular case, and the answer to that was a guy by the name of Dave Schwensen. He has written a couple of books. He teaches comedy. He used to be the talent coordinator for Evening at the Improv, and used to be based out at the New York Improv with Bud back in the day. And Dave, at the time, I don't know if he still has a base there or not, but he used to live out near Vermilion. And he reached out to me, and I'd done a couple other things for him
Yeah.
before. He says, "Hey, I got this thing opening for Wayne Newton the Palace Theater, I think, in Cleveland."
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and I said, "Oh, yeah, I got that date open. Let's go." Well, here's the weird thing: you talk about not expecting, not embracing, wanting, or whatever. Well, first of all, the audience. This was almost 20 years ago. So I was on the young side for that audience.
Yeah.
I'd say the average age in that audience was between probably 60 and death.
Oh,
And a lot of canisters of oxygen being tugged in as they
so
were.
you're the young guy in the room.
I kind of was at that time.
Okay.
I was almost 50 then. And yeah. And but here's the weird part. I mean, and I know it doesn't sound like it would make a difference, but when I got there, the band had already been set up. Drapes were pulled back, amps were in front of the drapes.
Yeah.
And I'm like asking, is there a secondary curtain, that you guys can put out so I have something behind me? And they go, no, you just get out there and you just tell your jokes, And I'm like, no, because that, there's no depth there. There's no
Right.
focus. It's little tiny things that can make a difference.
Absolutely, 100%.
And then I asked them, well,
100%.
I go, who's gonna? Is somebody gonna do an off-stage introduction, And they go, no, you just walk out and just start telling. And I went,
Wow.
Yeah, just walk on out, bud.
so what I ended up doing was they gave me, or they had a wireless mic back or whatever. I did my own intro, as
You do your own intro.
Yep.
I've
That's
done that
great.
plenty of Do you change your voice up at all, or?
I'm a little more announcy,
Hey guys, welcome to the stage, Cinnamon.
I get out. Nice.
Sorry.
It's his first DJ gig.
Cinnamon chunk. And again, it was like one of those things where obviously there you see Wayne Newton, and in fact, much just like a couple months ago when Howie Mandel came into town briefly for that show at the Funny Bone, I got called. I opened that show. Anytime you're opening for someone who's a big name,
So you
okay,
opened up for that one?
I did.
Did you?
And
That's great.
I try to address the elephant in the room kind of thing, because
That's Corey. That's Corey.
How dare you?
wow.
What? He said elephant in the room. I'm sorry.
I'm right here, and I'm sensitive. You see how they
He
treat
didn't
me?
say African elephant.
Oh, good.
Oh. That's GIna.
So, but what I always tell folks, usually a few minutes in, they're just starting to get focused. I mean, I say, folks, hey, just so you know, okay, like in that case, I go, Wayne Newton is here. Okay, I'm not here. I'm not a stall tactic. Okay,
Unfortunately, we got to give you your money back.
Wayne is the steak you ordered. I'm the potatoes and the parsley. Okay, I'm on the plate. You got to get through me before you get to the steak. Hang in there. And when they all kind of know I was poking a little fun at myself, then they're like, oh, okay.
It loosens them up a little bit. I've noticed
So-
some comedians that do that at the beginning. They say some stuff like that to kind of
Absolutely.
loosen up the situation.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
Makes everybody at ease.
It takes a very special comedian, in my opinion,
Yeah.
to be able to open a show.
Yeah.
Because a lot
It's
of
gotta be
people
tough.
a lot of people can close a show. A lot of people have great writing material, but in order to be able to capture an audience that is not fully invested in you yet, is still walking in and has a bunch of distractions. It's an art form, and it's not for everyone. So
that's really cool.
Yeah. And then opening up for someone that big where they're not there to even see comedy at all.
No.
That's a huge challenge.
Well, and it was fun, too, because we're at the Palace Theater. I'm in Cleveland, and I wanted to localize something at that point.
Yeah.
To a degree. So I was supposed to do between 25 and 30. Obviously, keep it pretty clean. And I'm not a filthy act in the first place. I mean, there's certainly some adult innuendo, but I remember being up there about 10, 15 minutes. I just stopped. I looked around the whole theater. I go, folks, I got to take this in for a second. I go, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm at the Palace Theater. Cleveland has some just, historic comedians that have come out, of the city. I mean, Bob Hope, this was his kind of, this is considered his home in America. And Drew Carey, obviously.
Some big names.
The Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
And
a monumental.
And I got this the whole crowd kind of, ooh. Yeah. And I go, folks, hey, wait a minute. I'm from Detroit, okay? I'm allowed.
Right.
Okay?
You can say that.
Yeah, definitely.
And that was like the week after they just lost a game like 54-53 or something.
I think that's every week.
Which time,
right?
Yeah.
It's all year?
And I'm just
so
sitting
any
there
weekend.
going, what was the halftime pitch for the coach? Come on, guys. If we can just hold them to 52 points.
Yeah, right.
We can
we just
them
call
down.
it, coach?
Yeah. So,
Oof.
but that was a fun gig. That Harley Davidson gig was fun.
Nice.
They
give you a motorcycle?
They did not.
Okay.
Rude.
Was not that fun then.
It was at Summerfest grounds in Milwaukee, and I co-headlined a show in the afternoon with a Chicago comic, Jimmy McHugh, and then I opened 2 shows for Bobby. I'm drawing a blank here. No, not Bobby Lee. Oh my God, I can't believe this. The Bulldog of the Pit Bull. Bobby.
We'll just call him Bobby for now.
Okay, so we'll call him
Bobby.
We'll go with Bobby.
Good old Bobby.
God, I can't. I'm
It's gonna come to you.
I'm getting old, damn it. So, but this is gonna bug me. I'm gonna be pulling up.
Almost 40 years in this game.
Yeah.
There's nothing to sneeze at. So.
But I feel shameful. But the funny thing was, we had about 800 people at the afternoon show, and the 6 p.m. show, 6,000 people. It's kind of a tent outdoor, tent roof, but open air. And the late show at 9 o'clock, they had 4 other stages going. Like the Marshall Tucker Band was going over here. Eddie Money was going over here. We had 60 people. And
in your area?
Yeah, So we went from 5,000 down to
60 people.
Humbling.
Oh.
Yeah. Humbling.
Oh.
That's still awesome, though, man.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. What's your what's your website? You got a website?
I do. It is just my last name, knope.com.
No, the K is not silent because I thought it was. When I was reading his name, I'm like, is it like knife where you don't say the K?
Nope.
Is it Mark Knope? He's like, no, it's Knope.
No. Yeah.
Knope.
So yeah, make sure you follow him on. You're all on all the social medias.
I'm all over the place. TikTok,
Nice.
Instagram, Facebook. I don't do X, Twitter. I never. figured
Corey
that one
does
out.
an X.
Yeah. Hey, now.
Few of them.
I do a few
his
people's
specialty.
Exes, so,
So yeah, make sure you go to all of Mark's social media pages and hit that follow tab or like tab. Make sure you follow him. If you get a chance, make sure to stop and say hi and check out one of his events.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you coming by, Corey. I know I've been wanting to talk about one of your topics now for a while.
For 6 months, this has
And
been
we
written
always
down.
we're just so overwhelmed on the show with our guests and with Gina's comedy that I finally want to get to it today.
Bobby Slayton.
It's my fault.
I had to
He
look
got
it.
it.
It
He
killed
had to
me.
look it up. He just got it within a fax.
And I know Bobby Slayton in no way, shape, or form is watching
the
this.
fax just came in literally.
I
he had
feel like a
they had to
Bobby's at
fax
home
it.
right now saying, "It's Slayton, you a-hole."
Right.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we were trying to talk about this for a while,
Yeah.
and it started months ago when I became a victim of it, and we want to talk about
Oh,
it.
you're a victim of it as well?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't talk about something that I haven't experienced myself.
Okay.
I have become a victim of a scam.
Oh, I thought calories. I thought it was calories.
I hate this.
Oh,
show
we
so
have
much.
that. I don't even
Yeah.
have to do the sound
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah,
We have
I got it.
Oh,
All
cool.
this. we've had the
How
entire
many
time.
Indian princesses are you married to right now?
Princes, actually.
Oh, princes?
yeah.
My
No.
bad. Princes.
Surprisingly, none. However, You guys know those like advertisements that like pop up on like as you're like scrolling through Snapchat.
The little blue pill.
That seem a little too good to be true.
Snapchat?
Yeah, it's a social media thing.
Yeah, I
that,
understand that, but you actually have a Snapchat?
dude, I got kids. I have to have Snapchat. You gotta stay up with what they're doing. Otherwise, you seem sus, and they call everything you say cap.
Mark, I know you've seen some big people, but Corey's got 7 followers on
Yes, I know.
Snapchat.
Not bragging.
But 6 of them are his kids, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But anyway, one of these advertisements came up, and it was for Foot Locker, or so I thought.
Yeah.
Looking back, it was actually for like footlocker_ed.com or whatever.
Yeah.
But I thought I bought 6 pair of brand new Nikes, Jordans. I thought I got the new Kevin Durant
For $4.
Oh.
for less than $100. So I thought this is a
Sir.
really great
What?
deal. Each shoe was about $20, but then the more you bought, the more discount.
Right, more discount.
It was
Buy
like
5, 6.
99 or something, maybe
you-
a little over 100.
Did you get a shoebox full of Viagra or something?
Right.
I got a shoebox full of nothingness.
Oh no.
Yeah, I got a fake tracking information sent to my email. And I felt duped,
Well,
and
when
I
you
knew it was a duping situation, which is why I didn't use my real like card information.
Yeah.
I paid like with
Like a prepaid card?
Yeah, like a prepaid
Okay.
gift
Yeah.
certificate Visa.
Yeah.
And so I'm not really like that upset because I'm like, you know what? I knew there was a risk, but it made me think like, what other scams have people fallen victim?
Did they
out
actually
there?
send you a box though?
No, they sent me nothing.
Oh,
they sent me
gotcha.
tracking information
Gotcha.
To
that
keep
went-
them off the scent.
that went to a website that didn't exist.
Yeah.
And I tried to go back on the site to like,
It's
complain.
gone. It's just gone.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
they're,
You've done it again.
Their contact us button led nowhere. The only thing I could literally do was buy more shoes.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So, retrospect, there were a lot of signs, but I was curious what.
Yeah, you're getting a
people
pair of
have been-
Jordans for less than a pair of Crocs.
Yes.
He's getting 6 pairs of Jordans for less than a pair of Crocs. Like,
Again.
I'm not saying that
There-
people
Bless your
deserve to
heart.
get scammed. I'm not saying that. Nobody deserves to get robbed of their
you.
money.
Corey deserved it in that
However-
situation.
Thank you for your
There
sympathy. You can stop
is-
talking.
Some, like,
is
you
this
have
made
to
out
have
of?
some culpability.
Right.
It's like gauze.
You have those.
They were
that's what-
Those are
Jordans.
comorbidities.
She had those culpabilities. That's why she had to get the
Corey-
surgery.
Corey,
I just-
you should figure out they weren't Jordans, they were Gordons.
Gordon.
That's the thing.
But they weren't anything.
The Gordon mac and cheeses.
I just-
2025.
I really do just kind of, I mean, that was a side eye.
You deserve
Yeah,
that.
I thought it was like it said it was clearance and all these like fancy words and
Jordans are never on clearance.
I don't know.
No, and actually they
Nigerian
do
ones,
nothing
though.
but increase in price.
I
Like,
was curious if any of our scammers had gotten scammed. So if you had gotten scammed, please let us know. But
any of your scammers have gotten scammed? You meant listeners.
sorry, any of my
You just called our listeners scammers.
any of my victims
First of all.
have been
I
scammed.
got you guys. I got you. I will defend you.
Raise your hand if you've got scammed out of $1,000.
How did you get scammed out of $1,000?
Man, this was about 5 years ago. I'm looking for an apartment. Moving out of Northwood. I need to find a new place for me and the kids. So a buddy of mine sends me a link to this house in Oregon. It's for rent, $1,000 a month. It has the address. I went and looked at it. It's vacant. Took a tour outside. Went back home. Got a hold of the, typed in the person's email. Sent him an email. Said, hey, I'm very interested. Absolutely. Did you get a chance to take a look at it? I said, absolutely. I'd like to take an inside look if that's possible. Absolutely. If you'd like to put it on hold, we do require a deposit. It's fully refundable, but we have so many people inquiring about it that we need a deposit.
I wonder how many
$1,000.
times they rented this place.
Yeah, yeah. So I did that. I gave them $1,000. They sent me a contract. I filled out the contract because I was desperate at this time. So I was like, either way, I'm taking this place. So paid the $1,000, filled out the contract. The contract was legit. Had my name, everything, address, first month deposit, down payment, all that good stuff. And then I go to click some more. Everything is gone. Link is gone. Everything. Website's gone. It was a bogus website.
And where did you find this originally? Was it like
A
Craigslist?
buddy
or
of mine
something, or-
sent me a link, and it was for like a realtor website for rentals.
Wow.
But he must have found it, and it was a hack, and forwarded it to me.
First
Here's the
off,
thing.
I'm sorry to hear that happened. I've also fallen victim to something similar, Mine, I didn't have to put such a big deposit, but they did want to run the credit check.
Yeah.
So I sent them like the $35 or $40 to run the credit check.
Yeah.
I knew my credit score at that time was like 810, 825, something like within that range.
Yeah.
So I knew. Oh God, yeah. Was being the key word. This is like right after stroke when life was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I knew like getting it wouldn't be an issue.
Right.
And they came back and said that I was declined. I'm like, oh, well, why was I declined? Can I see the report? Because legally they have to provide that, and they never provided it. And I'm like, I think I got scammed. So I drove by the house, and there were like, there's an entire family that lives there.
Oh,
like it was never
no.
for rent. They just went online and picked up like some images on like realtor sites and said it was for rent and
You know
stuff.
what really sucks about those is that
Yeah.
a lot of times, firstly, they appeal to desperate people because they'll put their rent like ridiculously low.
I was there.
And then
That was me.
And the people are like trying to move, and a lot of situations when you're trying to move are desperate. Like
Absolutely.
the house you're living in is being sold, or there's something wrong. Most people don't generally move from one rental to another for funsies.
Right.
So usually there's a reason, and so you're scamming people that are already, in a desperate situation.
Vulnerable.
So that just
Yes.
sucks. Yeah, vulnerable. That's a
And
good
here's the
word.
thing: the email the owner, because you can email the owner with questions. It was John Doe at usarmy.com. So I emailed him, and he's like, I'm overseas. This company, the rental company, is the one that takes care of it for me. So there was no red flags. I got to see the house. It was vacant.
Yeah, sometimes they go through like
They take
Zillow.
others. Yeah, they take.
And-
That's what it was. It was through
and
Zillow,
then
but it
they
was a fake Zillow.
And then they post it onto like Facebook Marketplace, and then with a link, and it goes to an actual website, and that, and then they end up scamming you like that.
And here's the thing, which should have got me, and I wasn't educated enough. He's like, he sent me the link to pay, and it was through Bitcoin. And
No!
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I didn't know what it was at the time, and I figured he's in the Army. He's like, this is the safest way because I'm in the Army. It's a secure payment, which Bitcoin is a secure payment.
Yeah, it's also
But I was sending it
It's also
to
untraceable.
money
untraceable.
laundering.
Yeah, bank couldn't do nothing about it. Nothing. I was out, and it was right 1 month before Christmas.
Oh, I'm
And I was a
sorry.
single dad at the time, like just me living in the house with the kids and Christmas, and I was just driving bus at the time, so I wasn't getting paid that much money. $1,000 gone.
Ouch.
Yeah.
You ever been scammed, Mark?
Not in that way. I mean, I've had, where like a number of years back, I was at breakfast and I just gave my debit card. Didn't have a lot of cash on it. Here, they came back. Yeah, it's been declined. I go,
Oh,
no, I know how much is in that account. No, it's
run
been-
it again.
And they did. They said no. And it's a place just down the street from me. They knew me,
Right.
but I happened to have some cash on me. I said, well, here, okay, all right. I was going to use the
Figure
debit
it
card.
out later.
As I'm on my way home, I call the bank, and I didn't know that card was attached to the email from my website, which I don't check like every day. I check it a couple times a week or whatever. And they go, yeah, didn't you know we put a block on that card last night? I go, wasn't aware,
Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, apparently the night before I had bought some golf stuff at Golf Galaxy up near the mall.
Yeah.
And I bought some new shoes, a couple dozen balls, and a golf glove or whatever. Spent like $130, whatever it was. And apparently 3 minutes later, someone in a suburb of Pittsburgh spent nearly $200 on groceries with that same card.
What?
Yeah.
What kind of car you got that gets that kind of gas mileage that fast?
telling you.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, and
So
thankfully,
instantly they're getting your info.
yeah. And then they put after and they gave me. I got the money back in like 48 hours.
Right.
It was real quick. Fifth
Right.
Third was cool about it. And now I pay like $6 a month for them to have some sort of extra security on my account.
Right.
And I remember shortly thereafter, I bought some editing software, some night, at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I didn't know that I was getting this software from someplace in Germany, and all of a sudden, as soon as I clicked, that I'm buying this, and it wasn't expensive, $30 or something. All of a sudden, I get this phone call from Fifth Third Bank. I'm going like, it's 3 a.m. What are they?
Right. This
I
is a
thought-
scam.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought,
3 a.m. This is a scam.
I expected like, hello, did you just call Fifth Third?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going, hey, I got your ass. And they explained to me, they go, no, you made this purchase, and it's in Europe, and I'm going like, well, yeah, I did make it, and I don't want it, and I want this. So they go, oh, okay, as long as you. And I give them a couple security questions, and
Sometimes then people who are calling you just to verify are the actual scams as well sometimes.
Yeah, I've
You
heard
know
of
what I
that
mean?
too.
Yeah, they won't, but you should never. Like if they ask you for information or to verify information, you should never. Even when like my kids' insurance will call and they'll be like, "Oh, we just want to talk to you about a few options from your insurance company." Like basically trying to sell me whatever it is, not sell me, but like tell me about the other what do you call them, like the benefits to going through them,
Right.
And they'll be like, "Can you confirm your child's birthday?" And I absolutely not. Give me a number, I'll call you back. I'm
Right.
not gonna tell you my child's birthday.
Right.
So
Just need the all 7 of the social and their birthday and their full
Right.
name.
they don't ask for all 7. So I mean, it's genuinely their insurance company calling, but I'm not going to
still,
confirm
it's too-
anything
too
over
risky.
the phone.
They ask me like, what street did I grow up on? Stuff that is
Right.
predetermined. you know.
Right.
Right.
You
Yeah.
can
What
ask
about
me-
you, Gina? You ever been scammed?
No.
Nothing?
And no, I now
you asking Gina the wrong question.
I
You
have-
gotta remember that this is East Side Gina originally, not turned to South Side Gina.
no, I was
So,
originally Southside Gina.
Who have you scammed? That's the real question.
No, I don't scam people.
That is.
So Dubs, I scammed Dubs. He
Oh,
totally
absolutely.
thought he was getting
Absolutely.
something else.
You
He's like-
catfished him.
He's like,
I
I'm
did.
about to get
Nice.
me.
No, I didn't catfish him because I met him in person.
A
But
beautiful white princess.
He thought
with good
he
credit.
thought I was good. Right, that part.
This is
And-
your man, the who
Yeah.
you're referring to?
Yeah, I've been with him for 23 years.
What's his name?
It's Dave, but Dubs is his
Wait,
nickname.
what's his name?
Yeah, Dubs. It's Dave.
It is?
Really?
Never
I thought it was
knew that.
Dubs.
Known him 15 years.
That's not his real
Never
name. That's
knew it.
just the childhood nickname.
Oh.
So everybody calls him that.
Gotcha.
She originally said she was from Sylvania, but realistically she was from Genoa.
So
Credit score 450. And
Nice.
that is an accurate credit score. But no,
Line
I have
sends through the hourglass.
there's been a couple times where like my Walmart account or my Kroger account was hacked and then somebody
Yeah.
tried to do an order. But I've learned, firstly, don't put your debit card information anywhere online except possibly PayPal.
Oh.
Because that's connected directly to your bank account.
I had Fifth Third call me another time when I was checking out at Kroger.
Yeah.
But the reason I got red flagged is there was actually healthy food this person was buying.
Yeah.
like, hey, I see
Yeah.
some lettuce in there. It
I
can't
had
be,
some celery sticks in my
it was
online
weird.
order. I'm like, scam.
They're like spinach.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But that's okay. No, but you can't, don't put your debit card in there because that's connected directly to your bank account.
Right.
And so the bank then will like do an investigation and then you get your money after the investigation typically. But with credit cards, they reverse the charge immediately.
Sure.
And then they investigate. So it's
So do you use your debit? Use your
put your
credit card.
credit cards if you're storing them online. Use your credit cards. And also, the reason why I have never been scammed is because I am just a naturally skeptical person.
So you go into it like McDonald's
like
are
I
asking
don't
for your debit
believe
card.
anything.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
something is too good to be true, I'm a firm believer that it's too good to be true, and you will see me researching.
So if you were
and-
online and you found 6 pair of Jordans for $20
Nice.
a piece,
yeah, no.
would you put your
I
credit
would
card
have
information?
researched that website like 57 different ways.
Even-
It
before
said
I
it
did
was
anything.
Foot Locker.
Even-
And it also had a little timer that made
Yeah,
me
but
have to
Jordans
order
and Jordache
sooner.
are two different things.
Like when you get an email saying like your Netflix account has been suspended,
Don't click on it.
here to confirm or whatever. And it was one time I got one
Yeah.
like the day that my Netflix came out of my account. So I was like, wait a minute, that's weird. Like, so I looked, and if you just look at the website that it comes from, because it'll say Netflix,
Right.
But if you click on it and look at the website, it'll say if it's from Netflix,
Right.
but it'll be some weird
.co or
Yeah, it's some
.ta
weird-
or something.
What I normally do on those is I just tap on the email address.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you can tell
Tap on
from
it
there.
a second time, and then then it goes, I am Nigerian scammer at gmail.com.
Yeah,
and you can
that's
see it.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
absolutely.
And so that's what I'm saying. It'll have an email address on there, and you'll be able to tell it's not actually from them. But yeah, I'm just a naturally skeptical person, and I research everything so much.
So skeptical.
Yeah.
And
I heard
here's
when
the-
she was a little girl, even when her dad did, got your nose, she's like, nah, I got a mirror. Look at this, Daddy. It's right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
My
she
nose
was
is
3.
right here,
She was
sir.
3.
I have researched this thoroughly,
And
and,
here's
yes.
Here's the thing: I don't go through any of my accounts to even know if someone was taking small debits from my
It's
cards.
legitimately one of the first things I do every single morning. Is that weird? Like while I'm drinking my coffee,
No, that's
I
smart.
check
Actually,
my bank
'cause I
account.
wouldn't even know.
I check my
If
credit
they are, it
cards.
probably is your bank taking a little debits on here.
Probably, I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, I
never
check all
it.
my credit cards, my bank account, and my Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal every single day while I'm drinking my
That's a
coffee.
good.
I
That's a
legit
good.
can't remember the last time I checked my bank account.
Well, there's nothing to check if you don't have anything in it, Corey. We know you have 8 kids. And
Well,
all that
I
money.
actually get a text every morning
Do you?
from Fifth Third, and they let me know what my balance is.
Nice.
You know what? I wish I had that because it would save me some.
Right.
But it's just
Text me, Lydia.
It's become part of my routine now.
To be fair, so like I have a child support card that
Yeah.
like has like I get money whenever like child support gets added to it and or it's used. But I gave that card to my ex-wife because she has the kids now, and so she's essentially paying herself child support. But I get notifications still about that. That's the extent of any financial literacy that I actually have and visibility. I mean, I have the apps on my phone.
You could be scamming me right now, and I would have no idea.
No idea
So
how
a
much
lot of
money's in there.
scammers will like charge little tiny things first to see if that it'll go through.
Test the waters, yeah.
And then once they do it for a few weeks and nobody's done anything,
exactly.
That's when they make the bigger
purchases.
So you have to maybe I'm a weirdo. I don't know.
You ever get the scam calls and they're trying to get you to buy gift cards?
I don't
And I'm like,
answer
yeah,
any of
absolutely.
that.
I'll 100% buy a Target gift card.
I never get those. What I actually end up getting on my phone are like this is the Ohio Turnpike. You missed a toll booth.
Yeah.
Thing.
Oh, I actually do.
I
have
settled for
unpaid bills.
$75 last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a $500
Yeah, that
those-
just
those- fees.
those are
I have a bunch of fees from Pennsylvania and New York. I gotta pay.
So what's
I
weird
forgot.
is so Skylar, his car's in my name. I have like 5 cars in my name right now. I got this and I send it to Skylar. I'm like, hey, make sure you take care of this. Let me know when it's done. Let me know if you need anything.
But you forwarded it, Corey?
I forwarded it to him.
Corey.
He responds back like
Come
20
on.
minutes later. This is a scam.
Oh, good for him.
And-
Good
You
job,
idiot,
Skylar.
Dad.
Good
And
job.
so I had to like play dumb and be like, "Good catch, son!" Like
I was just testing
I was
ya.
testing you.
Yeah.
We've gone through this. If it was me, if I was responsible for it, I 100% would have paid for it. I can't even. Yeah, I would
You're
have been
that
like,
guy.
Yeah, 100%. So
Yeah, because having to like get a new card because your card
So pain.
it's
Such a
such a pain because I got a lot of things on like auto pay, like
Yeah.
bills on auto
Yeah.
pay and stuff like that. You got to go through and you got to add it to like I have to add it to my Amazon, I have to add it back to my PayPal, I have to add it to my Cash App. I got to you got to
And then you're a month
attach it to
behind because you
everything.
missed the last one.
Yeah, it's so annoying when you
Yeah.
have to get a new one.
It's crazy. Yeah, I'll mess with them when they call me. Or
Yeah.
I'll say, yeah, he's dead.
Actually, have you ever received like a call from your bank thinking it was a scam? So you actually answer it like it's a scam. So you're like
Mess with them.
Yeah, you try to mess with
messing
them,
with
but
them?
they're actually like something like legit because you're just basically like, oh, what do you want? And they're just like, hello, Mr. King. This is Ally Bank, and we believe that you've been fraudulent. So you have to change that accent and your entire attitude
Yeah.
to now adjust to
Do you ask them the security question?
Yeah.
Then?
Yeah.
Right.
What are you wearing?
Yeah, I'd be
What?
like, what street did you grow up on?
All right.
huh?
What's your favorite pet?
yeah. What's your mom's maiden name?
Yeah. What's your favorite pet?
What's your mom's favorite? Never mind.
It's Corey.
Speaking of getting scammed, guys, what do you think the top 5 most Googled jobs in America are? Take your guess. What's your
Pilot.
guess? One
Blow.
guess. Pilot.
I'm sorry. Wasn't supposed to say that.
What did you
What'd you say?
Blow.
Well,
I buzzed in.
Yes, that is.
I don't see that on here. I don't see that on here.
100% the number one.
Corey.
Very specific search engines, though. But
was a
good
good
job.
one.
Good
Followed
job.
by hand.
Yeah, it's not on here. Let me
Followed
check.
by- followed by hand.
Not on here. Corey, what's your guess?
I'm gonna go with a peace officer, like a policeman, or
You guys are all
Yeah.
wrong.
Okay, then
guys
you're
are
the
wrong.
one with the list.
This is
so you
this
tell
is,
us.
I'll
We'll
give
start at
you,
number 5. Start at number 5 here.
I'm sorry, but what was the question? I'll be honest. I'll be
The
serious.
top 5 most Googled jobs in
Almost
America.
Google jobs.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Most Google. When people go to Google, they type in things. What are they searching for? Top 5 jobs. I'll give you one more chance. Mark.
IT.
Okay. Actually, yeah. So we'll start with number 5. Receptionist jobs. People
Wow.
like that receptionist
People
job. I would love
still
to.
wanna
It's, like I'm not being funny. I would love to be a receptionist.
I
I would
know-
love to be the face of a company.
I know I'd be good at it.
Yeah.
but I don't necessarily know that I want to pursue a job as a receptionist.
I think that'd be great. Hi, welcome to Walmart.
Nice.
Can I see your receipt?
I can make your dreams come true. We can
Yeah,
talk after
that's
the
what I'm
show.
saying.
I know a guy that can get you in.
I'm in.
Saying.
So
Corey.
Mark, number 4, a data analyst job.
You'd
So
have
that's-
someone knocked up before they got to the parking lot.
for sure.
But they have their own their own parking spot. They have
Stop
their-
it.
so I'm looking out for them.
So number 4, data analyst job. So that's kind of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Number 3, flight attendant. That's similar to pilot.
Okay.
Number 2.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's working on
Flight
a
attendant is
plane.
similar to pilot.
Yeah, you go to school 6 more months and you're a pilot.
Oh my god.
Actually, you don't have to go to school to be a pilot.
No, at all.
You just show up.
You have to have
It's
training.
40,
Oh.
40 hours of flight time.
I don't
Corey
think
wears a
it's more
training
than
bra.
40 to be a
Is that the same?
commercial.
I have a
pilot, but
pilot's license.
But
That's how easy it is.
It's more than 40
No, you
for,
don't.
for
Do you?
commercial.
Yeah.
Prove it. Show us.
How am I supposed to show you?
Did you got a license?
It's not a.
It's not a thing?
not physically. I don't carry
It's
it around.
it's for commercial pilot. It's a lot more.
yeah. Oh, it's a lot more.
Yeah.
Right now, we're talking about the top 5 most Googled jobs in America. Number 2, which is what my wife does, is virtual job. She works for Discover Card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And number 1 is Amazon jobs. So people want to work for Amazon.
I don't think they do.
I think Amazon's.
they're-
I think they're probably maneuvering that.
Yeah.
They had some
Yeah.
part of that.
It's kind of like lawsuits against Amazon.
Yeah, just
Jobs.
Google
Bump
top
some
5.
Yeah.
way up there.
Yeah.
I went to Amazon.com and typed in top 5 companies. Yeah.
Nice.
Guys, if you had a button right now that you could erase all of your social media and be done with it, would you do it?
Absolutely not.
No.
Why would I do that?
I feel like we're so involved in social media.
I feel
But
like
it takes over.
If I were to delete all of my social media, I would have nothing to do.
So here's the thing, Jay, is so
You'd actually have to work at work.
How dare you?
that's what I'm saying.
I refuse to do that.
I mean, it only takes over your life if you let it.
We're so wrapped up though, Gina, that you couldn't do it. And I couldn't
don't-
either.
I don't want to.
I couldn't either.
I mean,
I don't want to because it is part of my social life. Because as an adult, I don't. So okay, back in the day, like when you
MySpace.
graduated from high school.
Right.
No, this was before MySpace. I'm talking about before social media. When you graduated from high school, you lost touch with a lot of people.
That was
And
the last time that you would talk to some people.
And you had to like physically write letters or pick up the phone and call them, and you would have to be attached to the house because we didn't have cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was a lot. It was very, very time consuming to keep up on friendships, which made it really hard to do. So there were a lot of worthwhile friendships that just will fall to the wayside because of real life. Just adulting. Adulting is hard.
Right.
And time consuming. So social media has allowed us to maintain contact and make it easier.
Sure.
And so I look at it as a connection with people. I don't get wrapped up in the drama of it. I just don't.
Makes sense.
So I know that some people do, but that's like saying, to me, it's like it because some people are alcoholics, we should shut down bars. No. Like
I love ours.
I understand that that some people are so engrossed in social media that they can't separate themselves, but I can walk away from it. I don't have notifications on my phone at all.
What if you had to get rid of all of them but one? What would you keep?
I keep Facebook.
Same here.
It's because it's the all-inclusive
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. I don't understand how Instagram works. I don't even know how to post on Instagram anymore. All my Instagram posts, like the last 8 Instagram posts I've made, were completely by accident.
Butt dialing it?
I feel like Instagram is the
It's
app
just the inside pictures of the inside of his pocket. Yeah.
Right.
Probably 75-80% of my Instagram posts are just cross-posted from Facebook.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people
that's
do it that
that's how
way.
they all get
But-
leaked, and I don't even know how to do that.
But probably
Just happens.
I'll bet you 30% of my activity is promoting a show.
Yeah.
Either one that I'm
So it's
performing
business
in-
related as well.
either performing in
Right.
or producing, because I
Right.
produce a lot of fundraisers. Which, by the way, out there, you're looking to raise some money for your kids' athletic team or your Moose Lodge or some worthy 501c3. Get in touch with Knope.
And that's knope.com.
Yes, I produce a lot of shows. I probably produced a couple 200-300 shows in the last 15-20 years.
Dang.
So
So yeah.
Nice.
Someone recently asked me like why do you post everything? And I'm like, this is all I have. I don't have photo albums like we used to back when we were younger.
Sure.
I don't have videos. So my whole life is, if I post it, it'll show up in my memories.
Right.
It's like,
I do that. I
it's
put
like a
notes
log.
to myself.
Yeah,
Like
it's a log of my life.
Yeah.
Where I've been, what I was going through.
So my kids can go back. They have their own hashtags.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but like my kids have their own hashtags.
Oh,
And
nice.
individually or
Yes. So I have
Okay.
3 kids and they each have their own hashtags so that all they do now, like when they want to go through old posts with their friends, they just search their hashtag in Facebook
how
and
does
they
that-
can go
how does
back
that
and
work?
what you put
Like I know what a hashtag is, but how do you utilize that in a post? Like to go back and look?
you just do it as you go. So I've been doing it
okay.
since they were little. Now, when it pops up in your memories, you can edit it and then put a hashtag in it to start doing.
So if
that
I make
now.
a post like hashtag birthday, and then I type in later, I can type in search and type in birthday. It'll bring up all my
hashtag
posts.
birthday. Yeah.
Oh, really?
On your page. Yeah. So like mine is OH.
Yeah.
So it's OH Mars. So it's O Mars, O Bella, O Kayla. And I mean, other ones will pop up. If somebody else has used that hashtag, it'll pop up, but they can decipher like what's mine and what's.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
So
learn something today.
When Mars wants to go through and show their friends stuff like from back when they were little,
Sure.
it's just just hashtag Mars.
and it brings up everything.
And it brings up
in the search menu in Facebook.
Yeah, you just put
Really?
you just put in a
I
hashtag.
just learned something today. I didn't know that.
So for
That is
me,
wild.
So for
Did you
me,
know that?
I use it to keep up with
You
my
knew that, right?
kids.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, I'm the dumb one here.
No, and if you see a hashtag in a post and you want to know more about it, you know how it's highlighted. You
Yeah.
can just.
I didn't know that. I've always used them.
Yeah,
I
you-
thought it was just like
you
to
can-
make bullet points.
You can click the hashtag and
Oh, yeah.
other other
that.
posts that have the same hashtag.
They
will
started
come
with
up.
Twitter, didn't they?
Yeah,
Pretty much. And
Twitter started a hashtag.
That's what started it?
and then
Yeah.
Facebook started using them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I know
Yeah, it's
that.
to kind of to lump things together. So, and
Makes
I think we
sense.
kind of use them as a joke too.
That's what. That's why I used them.
Yeah, I do too. I always do it as like a postscript, like
Hashtag fatty to daddy. I didn't know I could eventually use it
Nice.
for something.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You can actually check your progress pictures by doing. Like,
yeah.
clicking on
If
that
you
and
go
stuff,
through all your progress pictures and put that, then every time you click Fatty Daddy or search it, all of your
That's great. I never knew that.
Yeah.
I did a post late last night for this show.
Yeah, saw that.
And,
Appreciate
and
it.
did a hashtag, the Big Nick Energy Show, and it showed me how many times in the past on TikTok that hashtag had been used. But
What?
It showed
My
you-
mind is blown right
It
now.
showed you both times it had been used
Shut up.
before.
Hey,
Well, I'm just.
it was 3.
It was
Yeah.
200 something, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was all me.
Speaking about social media and pictures and stuff like
Sure.
that.
It was actually a typo. They meant to put big something else energy,
Big D energy.
and accidentally put big Nick energy.
Bong bong.
So I was humbled recently at work because
That didn't happen.
Some of what? Anyway,
Oh, wrong button.
some of the coworkers were talking about like high school and like what they look like in high school and how much they've changed.
Yeah.
And they're like, Corey, what did you look like in high school? And I said, I'll see if I can find some pictures to bring in at home.
Yeah.
Like going through yearbooks and photo
Sure.
albums. And they all, like 2 of them were like, why don't you just look on your phone? And I realized that they're so young that they've never lived in a world with physical pictures.
That's true.
And I'm like, that's humbling. That I feel old now. So yeah, there is an entire generation out there that may never actually see a physical picture or a collection of pictures that you took.
My mom recently had us over for dinner, and the kids are like, "Dad, how come you don't do videos no more?" Or like, because we used to do family videos all the time. I'm like, this is why. Like, you do everything on your phone.
Right.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. My whole life is right there.
Yeah.
I was very, very fortunate with my dad the last several years he was alive.
Yeah.
I took little videos with him. You probably saw the Charlie videos. And unfortunately, this wasn't quite as adept before my mom. But I've still got probably 8 or 9, maybe 10 Charlie
good stuff.
videos. And yeah, they're
don't forget to
they're
take the
short,
pictures, guys.
But yeah, and they
Oh,
were
yeah.
just
Take
little
the
things.
pictures.
I get people that ask me, "Hey, have you posted an old Charlie video?" Because he used to call them the computer people.
Yeah.
Back in MySpace days. What's with your computer
MySpace.
people? What are you doing? Yeah.
MySpace.
And
Who was your top 2 friends? Top 2 friends of MySpace.
Mine
was Jesus
clueless.
and the MySpace guy.
Tom.
Oh, Tom.
Yeah.
Tom
and Jesus.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Mine were my mom and my sister. Like they stayed in my top 2.
I don't want
was
to play this
lame.
game.
Who are you? What 2 girls were your top 2?
I mean, they were all people that knew me in some regard. So that's
How could
what
you
it
get
was,
away
so.
with putting girls in your top? Like,
What do you mean? How can I?
Would
get
they
away
change?
with it?
Would they
would they
change
get mad?
their order? Would
No.
they change every week? You know.
Yeah,
Right.
get mad. First off, they're honored to be there. So no, they don't. get
Leslie's
mad.
number 3 with a
Back
bullet.
to that whole humbled thing.
I said I was humbled at
Was
that
humbled,
moment.
not no
that,
more.
That moment was humbling.
This
but-
is Casey Kasem with
still-
Corey's top 8.
Exactly. I still look like this,
Corey's
Gina, so.
top 8.
all chubby white girls.
I remember when they switched it to top 16, and I struggled. I was like, I've been dedicated.
I don't even
to
like
these
16
8.
people.
I refuse
Right.
to add up to 16 here.
Yeah.
I don't even
like-
know
You
16
you just let it
people.
auto fill.
Well, I guess I can start using some of the Indiana girls now.
Yeah. Start going a different state.
I added my first guy.
Oh, Corey. Gina, what do you got for us this week? Anything?
Well, it's weird because I literally have up on my phone something about jobs. That's what we
Oh.
wanted to do, the top dream jobs. across the
Oh.
country. But you had
What
brought
is-
that up, so I was like, well, that's ironic.
Yeah. What are the top dream jobs?
So, firstly, what's your dream?
Oh, we're gonna talk
job?
about ours.
What's
Ours.
your dream job? And then I'll tell you what the top 20 worldwide
Okay, Corey.
jobs are.
Top
So,
20. That's
to-
like reading my resume.
Yeah, that's almost like exactly. This is going to be a really long ending to the show. Way to end on a high note.
We're going overtime.
So to be fair,
Yeah.
I am living my dream that I had as a child. When I was a kid,
Poor?
I said I wanted to be a comedian. I wanted to be a radio host, and that was or a game show host. These were the things that I wanted to achieve, and I've achieved them.
That is super cool.
Here's
cool.
the only thing I'm going to change in my next lifetime. I'm going to say rich and successful comedian.
You forgot that
Oh,
Successful
yeah. You got to be
game show
specific.
host.
You
part.
got to
Hashtag
Yeah.
funny as well.
Yeah.
Hashtag,
Don't
don't
high
forget
throw
funny
that
next
in.
time around.
Don't
Yeah.
you hate it when they you
Yeah,
know,
he doesn't understand that, like, you can say anything to me, but the second you say I'm not funny, it's kind of like it's almost like you just
I
kicked
said
my
hashtag,
puppy,
and then I said
you
no
know?
offense. Yeah.
That's not how
that covers everything.
yeah.
That's my
It's
loophole.
like hashtag I can't wait to see you gain all your weight back. I'm saying, see, it doesn't feel good.
Oh, wrong button.
You know. So
Shots fired. He just aired this bee out. This was
Shots
That
absorbed.
wasn't a pew pew. That was a brat. That was that.
Corey, that's like
That
the
was-
people that meet you for the first time. They, oh, you're a comedian? Say something funny. Tell me a joke.
exactly, and
And you're
just
sitting there
like,
going, I don't tell jokes on stage.
yeah.
They go, what do you
Yeah.
mean? I go,
We're still waiting from that
do
before.
stories. I
Yeah,
do
it's just like
material.
Come see my act, and then you'll understand.
Then judge. Yeah, it's like I that happened just recently, and I said, well, I'll tell you what, sir.
Yeah.
I will give you a joke worthy of the cover charge you just paid me. He goes, I didn't pay you nothing. I go, exactly. I go, knock, knock. He goes, who's there? I go, that's all you get for free.
Nice. Nice.
My favorite.
Keep that one in your back
My
pocket.
favorite joke to retaliate that is. All right, do you guys want to hear the world's greatest knock knock joke?
Yeah.
All right, you go first.
What?
Go
Knock,
ahead.
knock.
Who's there? Oh, this joke sucks.
I felt weird.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't like that.
What's your dream job?
Police officer, hands down.
Okay. How about you, Mark?
Yeah.
My degree's in broadcasting, and so that's what I always wanted to do, as I was approaching college and
Oh, you
stuff.
got a degree in it?
I did.
Oh,
yeah.
Specs Howard?
No, Central Michigan University.
Nice.
Go Chippewa.
Class of 1980. Yes, I'm that
Oh,
old.
what?
Yes.
So when I was born. Damn.
I was 3.
Yeah. Corey and I have had this
Yeah,
discussion
it's fine.
Corey, how old were you in 1980, Corey?
You know what? What is your dream job? Gina?
He was also 3.
Yeah. What is?
No, go finish what you were gonna say.
I never knew I'd get into stand-up, but I always wanted to be, the funny, witty guy on the air,
Yeah.
and and that kind of thing. And I thought, well, maybe I'll be that side guy, the sidekick or whatever. And then I got married, and that kind of went out the window because
Women make you less funny.
Yeah.
no, it's just that when you marry into a Sicilian family, they want you to do something that's going to make more money more quickly and
A real
Used cars.
A real,
real
job.
job,
Used
exactly.
cars.
Real
Yeah.
job. Yeah.
When you gonna get a real job, Mark?
Yeah,
So broadcasting would have been yours. I mean, honestly,
What was yours, Gina?
I'm doing the job that I always wanted to do since I was little. So I'm teaching, and that's what I always wanted to do.
Nice.
Although I would be an artist, like if I could be an artist.
No,
like,
not
I would do
centerfold?
that. First of all, it'd
Centerfolds.
have to be one of those
Corey.
one of those fold out.
Corey.
What? It's like the
like the
accordion.
fold-out.
like an
Yeah.
old like an old road map.
Yes. All right. So the number one.
You're brutal, dude.
Let's do top 5, Gina.
All right. The number.
This is light right
the,
now.
The top 5. There's
Dream
nothing
jobs.
light about you.
Or you.
The top jobs
Well,
in
his palms.
America.
His palms are kind of light.
I'll wait.
Okay, you can
That was
wait
my
a
best
while.
teacher voice. You like it?
Oh.
I'll wait.
Shh, Miss Gina's mad.
She can
Okay,
throw me out of
so-
class. I won't be here next week.
I know. I don't know.
The top 5.
Yeah, top 5.
All right. The number 1 in America
Yeah.
was flight attendant.
Nice.
The top 5 in the world are pilot, attorney, police officer, pharmacist, and nurse.
Nice.
Nice.
You know what's really funny is we talk about broadcasting, things like that, and now with the whole Big Nick Energy show. When I was really young, I was probably 16. Me and my buddy, we would pretend we're on a radio show.
Same.
And we would call random numbers in the phone book, pretending we're a radio station, giving away like a Valentine's Day prize pack.
Nice.
And we would ask them questions. Like, I thought it was the greatest thing.
You used to prank people all the time,
called
too.
real people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, hi, this is 101.7 Lima Radio. We're doing a Valentine's Day prize pack, and we were wondering if you would like to participate and possibly win a night out for two. They'd be like, yeah.
The problem is that you sound like an actual radio guy.
Yeah.
I
You
would've-
do. You
that would have been my sixth scam that I
They
fell
would play.
for.
Now, would they have to answer
Play.
a question? Or?
Yeah, I would just make up stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you ever let him in on it, or did
No,
these
we would
people
just
think,
hang up and be like, we'll get their address. Like, all right, you're off the air. Let's get your phone number, address. We would never let into anything.
Funny.
Yeah.
wow.
Because
And
there's
that-
no caller ID or any way for them to.
No, there was nothing back then.
yeah.
And then I would also call restaurants like Marco's Pizza. We called a couple times. Be like, hey, this is 101.7 Lima Radio, or no, Toledo Radio, whatnot. We're wondering if you'd like to be a sponsor of one of our promotion things given away tonight. If you'd like to maybe donate 3 pizzas, they'd be like, sure, come get them.
Nice.
And we'd just me and my buddies would eat it the pizza.
No, I will remember. I think it was I can't remember if it was my freshman or
Yeah.
sophomore year of college. There was it wasn't my room, but it was one of the rooms in my dorm. These guys, every time they ordered a pizza, they would order it with some celebrity's name. They go, "Who's this for?" Lou Alcindor. Who's this for? Jimmy Stewart. And at the end of the semester, they had all these receipts tacked all the way around their whole dorm room with all these
all the different names.
Yep.
That's great.
It was
That's
pretty
great.
cool. Yeah.
Tori in the chat said my dream job was to be a porn star, but I came up
Hey,
short.
call me. Call me. I can help you, Tori.
I just kept
it.
doing it
What?
for free.
You remember Tori from camp?
I do, and that's
we
what I'm saying.
sign?
I can help him.
Yeah.
I know a guy.
You're in the
Just
adult
let me
industry?
know.
No,
I
but-
know a guy.
I
my
would have done it.
ex-babysitter.
I would have done it
What
too,
is
but
it?
I just kept doing it for free.
So,
Oh, Gina, you could have made $8.
Corey, you're saying you could give him a hand, is what you're saying?
They're called
I'll give him a
short
job.
clips. They're called short clips, Mark. Hey, Mark, thanks for hanging out on the Big Nick Energy Show. If you guys
sure.
want to
Done.
watch the
Yay.
show, you can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. If you missed the show and want to listen, stream it, you can check us out on Spotify.
This is the whole thing?
Yeah.
We're done?
An hour goes by fast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. Yeah, that's it. We're actually it's almost 7:10. We're past.
I'm going to have to look on my social media to see if anybody actually snapped a screenshot
Yeah.
and said, watched you.
Oh,
Mark, thanks for hanging out. What do you
thank
think
you.
of what do you think of the show?
I had a blast. Thanks for having me. And
Absolutely.
And someday when if you come up short someday and you got to call me at 5:30, let me know.
You're in.
Corey
He's
comes
in.
up short every time he looks in his
Yeah.
Hey, you guys.
Hashtag short.
I'm a grower.
Hashtag short film.
Not a shower.
Guys, we'll see you next week.
Bye.